Ahoy! Today we're talking about Gilgamesh. We have a variety of different new teasers for Gilgamesh, ranging from Twitter posts to Instagram stuff to an official trailer that we are going to look at. We begin with the smaller teasers and then work our way up to the full trailer. The first teaser was on Twitter with the caption, a fresh land ready for a strong adventurer. I wonder what the king of Uruk shall find here. Underneath it was a stone tablet with one half of a code. The second half of that code was on Instagram. Putting the two together and translating the lead speak, you would get SM King of Uruk. SM is how all SMITE codes start, and then King of Uruk obviously references Gilgamesh here. The code provides you with a SMITE community avatar. I unfortunately don't know if it still works. Next, there was a teaser of Tiamat facing Oleron, which is something we've actually already seen in the God announcement trailer for this year. The caption for this one is, I will say you put up a good fight, but at the end of the day, you're just another beast to be defeated. We already know from the initial trailer for this year that Tiamat and Gilgamesh don't see eye to eye, and Gilgamesh wants to take Tiamat down, so this is just an extension of that. On the same day, there was a very interesting teaser on Twitter as well, which is which item is worthy of the King of Uruk. Underneath that is a graphic of all the tier 1 items for physical characters, excluding the new starter items. So basically, this once again confirms that he will be a physical character, and every speculation so far has gone towards warrior. That's what I'm expecting. But what's not clear from that is what this refers to, what this worthiness is about. It could be that one of these items gets reworked or renamed in order to be more fitting for him, or it could simply be a way to indicate that he's a physical character, or it could tell us that he can actually utilize all of these items well and is a very unique physical character that works well with defense items, with power items, and with attack speed. Without further info, we unfortunately can't find out all too much here. Yesterday, there was another teaser on Instagram showing Gilgamesh jumping high into the sky with his sword in hand. Interesting enough, this jump seems to be significantly higher than normal leaps in SMITE, and it seems to be almost straight up. It looks like he's jumping on a trampoline or something. So this seems to be a rather unique mechanic. Obviously, this could just be a joke and this could be a Kumbhakana knockup, for example. But it might be that he has some quick self-banish or just a very, very high leap of some form that allows him to then choose a landing spot or similar. Maybe kind of like Hui leap. The caption here reads, I have slain legendary beasts, conquered armies, toppled empires. Get out of my way. Again, not all too much to learn from that part other than him clearly having an ego. And then there was another post on Twitter on the same day once again. This one reading, Don't mess with the King of Uruk. And here we see him edited onto a scene of Zohan where he is dropkicking. HiRez already pointed out that he'd be able to do that somehow, even though they didn't clarify if it's going to be an ability or if it's going to be part of his basic attack chain. And we get more teasers for it here. And we also get more teasers for that in the trailer. So let's have a look at that trailer. Okay, first off, this trailer is really cool. I absolutely love it. But there are quite a few things that we can look at here that may hint at his kit. Always keep in mind with these types of things that a trailer doesn't necessarily imply that all of this will be abilities in game. After all, we haven't seen a tail swipe from Tiamat either, and that is probably for the best. One thing that I noticed is that he is able to light up his weapon, set it aflame or something similar, and that seems to amplify the weapon somehow. So this seems to be some sort of weapon buff, self buff, which might very well be in the game, or could just be a visual style aspect here. His data mining has some hints at stims and bonuses and explosions, so this could easily fit in with that somehow. The second thing that is shown here is the dropkick. We see Gilgamesh going up first and then dropping down in Tiamat's face. And this is interesting for multiple reasons. Because keep in mind, we had that earlier teaser from Instagram where he just jumps up. Maybe that is part of the dropkick ability. There's also data mining about his second ability with a gravity modifier, and the ability is a ground type ability, so maybe that is exactly this. The gravity modifier being you going up into the air and then potentially hovering there for a moment, and then choosing a target and drop kicking down onto them. That would also explain the max distance of 55 units and would probably make this a good engage or escape tool. And last but not least, there is the golden beam. This definitely looks like a strong damaging ability, since Tiamat seems to be kind of stunned by it almost, and that actually might match the ultimate from the data mining as well, which is a ground target ability with some circle radius, with a warm-up effect, which kind of makes sense because Gilgamesh is temporarily standing still and charges up this ability in the trailer as well, and then has hit tick FX and knockback, root, slow and everything, so a lot of CC that'll happen once it crashes down, and maybe even something like a projectile block. But there is more. After the ability ends, two other gods appear, Zeus and Bellona. And there is some speculation going around if this is some sort of summon ability as well that allows you to potentially summon allies to your position. This could either mean summoning your actual allies that are in the game with you, or potentially summoning some bots temporarily that will fight by your side. What's the difference anyways? I joke, of course, but there is something that speaks against this theory in my opinion. And that is if you look more closely at the animations that are happening here. There is no golden beam or something that connects with Zeus that would make him show up through Gilgamesh's ability, but rather he appears through electricity, which seems to be more of his own doing. Bellona doesn't actually have any visual effects when appearing, she just walks into the frame. To me, this makes it more likely that the gods appearing isn't part of his kit at all, but rather just a lore-based thing where these gods are uniting to fight against Tiamat, to fight against the rising threat, which has been going on for a while in the storyline of SMITE. The data mining so far also didn't hint towards god summons at all, so I think it is rather unlikely. If it is the case, I'm fairly certain it would be some sort of voluntary summon where you maybe enter a portal or something, since otherwise there would just be way too much tilt potential if you get summoned away from fighting an enemy in the wrong moment. There's a good reason why you have to step into Horus Circle to get teleported. So overall we get a good amount of info for Gilgamesh, and we'll also have the closer look soon. Once that is up, I will obviously make a video about that as well. So if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit the sub button and ring the bell so you get notified of that. And later tomorrow, we'll obviously talk about the patch notes as well. With that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you for the next one very soon. SLOTH, out.